Hey sweet friends, welcome back to my channel. Kay here from At Home with Kay, and today I'm coming to you with a fall inspired video. I'm going to be doing a wreath and a flower arrangement that you can put on top of a candlestick. And I'm going to start out by doing the flower arrangement, and I'm doing that with these two rounds that I got from Dollar Tree, these two floral foam rounds that I got from Dollar Tree. I am going to have a candle in the middle of this flower arrangement. That's why I put the candle there, just to measure the width, the diameter all the way around, to make sure that I have enough room for it after I put the flowers in. I'm just going to make a little line all the way around. And then I have all of these random flowers that I cut apart from Dollar Tree that I'm going to be sticking into this floral foam. And I have two pieces of floral foam. I was undecided on whether I was going to hot glue them together, but as I started sticking the flowers in, the stems were going through both, so it was being attached that way, so I didn't have to use any hot glue. I'm glad that I'm not using any hot glue, because I will be able to take all this apart if I want, meaning the flowers, and use it again, so that's why I didn't stick the flowers in with any hot glue. So I'm just going to go around and around. No rhyme or reason. Well, I guess there is a little reason. I try to do like what I do on one side. I kind of try to balance it out on the other side, because I think that makes it look more, just more symmetrical, and I like it that way. That's usually how I try to go about doing it when I do little flower arrangements. And this is what we have so far. But on the side, you see how the sides you can see all the floral foam? Well, this is that really thick burlap ribbon with the pearls on either end that I had gotten from my sister last year. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a piece of it and cut it in half. And then I'm going to wrap it around that floral foam so you can't see it. And I'm just going to use a little dibble of hot glue. This is where I am going to use a little hot glue to attach it. And this is what it looks like when I got the burlap on there. It kind of gives it the effect that it's sitting in a basket. So I think that's pretty, that it looks like that. So I'll show you what it looks like at the end of the video. So next I'm going to work on a wreath. And I got a grapevine wreath from Dollar General. And I'm going to use these leaves, these pretty leaves that I got from the Dollar Tree. I got the orange ones and the green ones, and I think they had gold also. I probably should have gotten some of the gold. That would have been pretty. And then I have these two sets of ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree also. One of them has pumpkins, one of them has leaves. I was thinking of using that ribbon, but you're going to see at the end that I didn't. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut apart the leaves, and then I'm just going to stick them into the grapevine wreath, not using any hot glue, because this way I'll be able to take it apart and use it for another project if I choose to. But if you're going to sell your wreath and everything, more than likely you should use some sort of adhesive for sure. So I'm just going to take each piece and place it in, and I'm going to try to do it in a way where I didn't know if I was going to go all the way around, leave part of it empty, add a sign. Because if you're going to attach a sign to it, it would probably be best to leave like a little space empty without any flowers in it. So that's the point that I was making. So right now I'm just adding things, seeing how it looks, adding things and seeing how it looks, because I'm not an expert at this at all. I just figure it out as I go along. So here, as you can see, I took some of them out because I didn't like the arrangement, and that's what you're allowed to do if you don't use hot glue. You know what I mean? You can just take them out and rearrange it and try something new. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just adding a little more in a different spot and seeing where I should put the green. Should I mix them together? And just going right along until I get the proper arrangement. So then I decided it needed a little more after I got the leaves on. I got these leaves with pumpkins and these dark reddish color. I don't remember what those were. Maybe boxwood or something, but I got those from Dollar Tree, and I'm just gonna randomly put those around as filler in different spots until I get the arrangement just right. Then after I added the pumpkins, I just thought, man, I should have left the space empty so I could have added one of these signs from Dollar Tree. One says thankful, one says grateful, one says blessed. And it's a 3-part sign, but you can take it apart and make it 3 separate signs. But then I decided I wasn't going to do that. Instead, I also got these dark blue velvet pumpkins, and I'm going with the clips on the back, and I'm just going to clip those in random spots. And for some reason, it always looks best when you use 3. And I heard someone else say that you should use odd numbers when you're putting things in your arrangement. So that person definitely was right. So next, I am going to add a little bit more of the boxwood at the top, and I think it balanced it out quite well. Okay, so then I was deciding, should I put a bow? And yesterday I made that bow out of that ribbon I had showed you earlier, but then I got more ribbon from Dollar Tree. I got this ribbon here with the pumpkins on it, a blue and an orange pumpkin, and then I got this ribbon, this plaid ribbon. So I decided I would make 2 more bows, and then I'll decide which of these 3 I would add to the top of the wreath. All wreaths don't need bows, but for some reason I wanted a bow on this one. But at the end, you're gonna see it would have been fine if I had just left the bow off. So either way is fine. And I didn't glue the bow on, so I can even take it off. Okay, got all the bows made, and you'll see which one I picked in just a second. And this is the bow that I chose, the one with the pumpkins. I think it looks the best. But like I said, the bow can be taken off. But I think it's so pretty. It goes with the velvet blue pumpkin and the blue pumpkin on the bow and the orange. I love these colors together. I love the green and the orange together. I think this is nice. I'm probably gonna leave that bow on there, to be honest with you, and I'm probably gonna just hang it downstairs on the front door. But I think this turned out nicely. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Should I have added a sign, or what do you think? And next we have our flower arrangement with the candle in the middle. This is just sitting here by itself. I didn't put it on the candlestick yet because I wanted to show you that you could just sit it somewhere and it looks just fine. Or like this big candlestick that I have here. This thing is heavy too. I got it from the thrift store. You can take it and you can actually sit it on top of the candlestick, and this is what it looks like sitting on there. I think it looks nice. I could sit this like on a dining room table or on a fireplace mantle, and it would look very nice. Or if I had a shorter candlestick, I could use that instead, something shorter, or I can make another one and have two of them, you know, to match. But I'm not gonna do that. But I think these turned out really nicely. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm just showing here again the wreath so you guys can get a better look. I appreciate each and every one of you who tuned into my video today. Please leave me a comment below, and if you aren't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. And let me know, have you guys started decorating for fall yet? Or do you think, hey, it's still summer, I'm not ready? Let me know down in the comments. DIY number 1. In this first DIY, remember I made this little hanging basket back around the 4th of July time? Well, I took all those flowers out, and just like I said, it can be reused. Now, all of these florals I got from Dollar Tree, just a whole lot of different ones. They're old, and these are just some ribbon that's been used before, and these other 3 ribbon are ones that I just picked up here and there. So I'm just going to take my flowers in no form or rhyme or reason or anything. I just want to get all these beautiful colors inside of this arrangement. I love these really yellow ones, and at first I thought maybe I wouldn't use the bright yellow because I was trying to go with more, you know, orangey colors, but then you're going to see later that I am going to go with that nice bright yellow also, and it just woke up the whole arrangement. And these 2 pieces here I got from Dollar Tree, and I used those in a wreath, and those were just some leftovers. But I'm just gonna start by putting them in here, and because the camera angle is so bad, I'm not gonna show you myself putting all of these in here, but I will bring you back and let you see what it looks like before I put the ribbon on it. But I'm just gonna go along here and just add these as my eye sees fit. And I am by no means a flower arranging expert. I just feel like you do it until your eye sees it, until your eye is pleased, you know what I mean? So that's how I do. So here we are. This is what it looks like with everything in there. I even poked some of those little pumpkin stems in there that I had left over, and I'm quite pleased with how that looks. So now I'm going to go on to the ribbon, and this roll of ribbon here I got from my sister. She gave me 4 rolls of really pretty ribbon. I wonder where she got it. She didn't tell me, but I was like, gee, thanks. But anyways, I'm gonna take this ribbon that I used last year on a wreath that I took apart, and I'm going to reuse that. And I'm saying I'm going to reuse that, guys, because that was my intention at this point in the video. I had this ribbon and I thought I was going to use it, but when I put it on the flower arrangement, I was like, no, this does not work. And I totally do something different. So you guys will see that when I get to the end, but I am going through all the steps and making this bow though. And here we are. As you can see, I went a totally different route. Here's my bow that I went through all that trouble and made it. But then I just got my trusty Dollar Tree ribbon with the leaves on it that had all the colors of the yellow, the orange, and accents of gold, green. I just used that and just tied a simple shoelace bow on the front of this basket. I felt like the flowers were busy enough and all it needed was something simple. So I just tied this on here and I think it looks absolutely beautiful. I really do. This is my favorite DIY out of both of these that I'm doing here. And I will show you what it looks like hanging at the end of the video. DIY number 2. Now with this DIY, I took a part of another wreath that I had done last year and I decided I was just going to make a small little wreath using these flowers, this grateful sign, this little bow that I made, these those little berry picks, and these little green stems that I got last year. I'm gonna make a little wreath out of this. And to me, this was just like a little hodgepodge of things that I got out of my stash and I'm kind of throwing it together. That's why I'm just calling it my fall hodgepodge wreath. So what I'm gonna do here, these berries are wired and I love that they're wired, and I'm just gonna wrap them around and around and around until I get them, the whole row of it completely wrapped. All right, and it went around 2 times. It fit all the way around. And I like how my wreath base, my wreath form is kind of odd shaped. You know, it makes it look really whimsical. I like that. And I'm not going to use any hot glue because I can take this apart and reuse it. So I'm just going to stick these 2 in here, and what I do on one side, I'm going to do on the other side and see if that will give me some you know, some pleasure out of this, because usually making a wreath is kind of trial and error for me. So I'm going to put this other green one on this other side, and I'm going to do that for all of the long stem items, and then I'm going to put the flowers down at the bottom. So here it is with all the flowers, and I even took another salmon colored flower and put in the middle. I felt like it needed something else. And then I got these gold looking leaves from my stash, and I just stuck those on either side. And now I'm gonna attach my bow. I'm gonna use some jute cord just to attach the bow. I'm gonna wrap it around the center of the ribbon, the bow, and then I'm just gonna tie it on top. And that's also what I'm gonna use for my hanger. And then I will show you guys what this looks like hanging at the end of the video. Okay, and here is our hanging flower basket. I think this is beautiful. I love how I added those yellow flowers there in the front, and it just set off that yellow ribbon, that yellow in that ribbon, and I just love it so much. This basket is going to get a lot of use because I'm going to keep changing it out with all of the seasons. But this is so bright and so colorful and so fall. I love it. This is my favorite DIY, like I said before in this video. And here is my simple hodgepodge wreath. I love how the bow is just so pretty and standing up, and I like how all these colors here are just flowing together. I really appreciate you guys tuning in today and this little quick video that I did. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and leave me a comment below and let me know what you guys think, and give this video a thumbs up because it really helps my channel out. And remember, when you can't find the sun, now these DIYs are going to be a different color than my usual color scheme, which is usually some form of pink. I'm going to be using this nice aqua color blue, and I think it goes so nicely with the color orange. And these two signs were on another sign from Dollar Tree, but they were shaped like rolling pins, and I thought they were so cute. They were a little thin, so I decided to just glue both of them together, front side spacing, and then I am going to paint it with that aqua blue color. Once I get it painted, then I'm going to use that's not jute cord there, that is for making jewelry or making necklaces. It's like rope cord, and I'm going to use that cord to wrap around the handles. What do you guys think about this blue? I thought it was a little bright, but I added a little bit of white with it to kind of tone it down. Let me know what you guys think about using colors like this for fall. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm gonna take the rope that is brown, not the really dark one, but the middle one, and I'm gonna wrap that around the handles using a little hot glue. Now these items that I'm making here today, they're a little bit too big for a tiered tray, but I guess they all could be used as shelf sitters. If you just need some filler decor to fill in, maybe you could use these items. Yeah, they're a little bit too big for a tiered tray, I think, unless you have a really big tiered tray. I don't think so though. So I just started here wrapping around, add a little hot glue, then wrap around a little more, add a little hot glue all the way around. I'm not going to go all the way to the top though, because it gets a funny shape up there. So I'm going to take it almost all the way to the top, and then I'm going to go on to the next one. Okay, so I did the other side off camera and it looks pretty good. So now I wanted to put some words on here. I'm going to use my black Sharpie to do that. I'm going to write out the word autumn with my Sharpie, and it's writing pretty good. I'm surprised because sometimes on paint I can't get my Sharpies to work. But I'm just going to write out the word autumn and then we'll move on to the next step. I'm taking some white, some plaster color paint by Waverly, and I'm just going to dry brush on the sign here. So next I'm going to use these pumpkin stickers, and just to add a little bit of something to the front, I'm going to add a couple of these pumpkin stickers. So I want to put something on one of the handles, and I was thinking about using these blue flowers, but those are just a little bit too harsh. So I'm going to use this little rust colored flower here, and maybe this other little pick right there that I cut off. And then I'm going to use some ribbon, and I'm going to make a nice little bow at the end, but I think I'm going to show you that at the end of the video. So next I had this sign. It was a Dollar Tree sign, and it was connected by ribbon. It said thankful, grateful, blessed. But I cut it apart, covered the back, covered the front of it with paper so it would be plain on the back. And then I'm going to paint the front, which is, well, you know, now the front is back. I'm going to paint it with those three colors, the blue, the orange, and the plaster. And then I'm going to do the same with the pumpkins. And I am going to put the blue pumpkin on the orange and the orange pumpkin on the white, you know, like that. And I'll show you how I'll do that in just a moment. But first I want to show you this nice book I got from Michaels. It was on sale last year, I think. I forgot I had it. And it has all these nice papers in here, and I'm going to find one that has all my colors that I'm using in it, and I'm going to use that to put behind the pumpkins. Yeah, I'm going to use this one with these nice leaves. So as you see here, I just cut out the paper, and I made it so it's a little smaller than the base piece, because you can see the edges of the paint that I painted. I really only needed to paint the edges. You see that? But and then I'm gonna just glue my little pumpkin onto the paper. I think that looks so cute. And I'm gonna do the same thing for the other two also. And now I just got this marker. It's a gold color that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just coloring my stem that color on all of the pumpkins. Then I'm gonna take the same pen, and I'm gonna make some lines to give the pumpkin a little definition, and they're gonna be the lines are a little bit too dark. So then what I'm gonna do after that off camera is I'm gonna go back over with one more layer of paint, and then it's going to look the way that I wanted it to look. Okay, so now I'm gonna put some bows on top. So I got this pumpkin ribbon from Dollar Tree, along with the lace ribbon from Dollar Tree and the orange checkered ribbon. And I'm gonna make a 3-layer bow, 3 tiny 3-layer bows to go on the top of each of the pumpkins. And I'll show you what these look like at the end of the video. So next I have one of those long shelf sitter signs from Dollar Tree, and I peeled the writing off, and then I'm going to take that same paper and I'm going to cover the top of it, and I'll show you what I'm going to do next. What I'm trying to do is make some kind of like little tiny centerpiece or shelf sitter to sit on my mantle or on the table or anywhere you'd like to set it. I'm just going to cover the top, and then those 2 little glass jars are those yogurt cups, the wee yogurt. I saved those little cups, and those are going to be for some tea lights, some little LED tea light candles, but I actually can't find my LED tea lights, so I'm going to put flowers in there, but the idea was to put the candles in there. And now I'm going to take my plaster paint and I'm going to paint around the edges and the sides. Okay, so now those sides are all white and they look a little plain. So what I'm going to do here is I decided to take that same black Sharpie and try and write, freehand write the word autumn on there. But my Sharpie does not want to write on this chalk paint. So as you're going to see, I'm going to attempt to do it and then I'm going to have to get the paint and just paint it on there. And what I was doing here, this is going to be funny, I was actually counting how many letters was in the word autumn so I would know where the middle was. So I just got a little bit of black chalk paint and a paintbrush and I'm gonna paint the letters on. So next I'm going to use those same stickers that I used before just to add a little bit more, something extra to the front. And then I'm going to take my jars that I have. They were kind of plain. I had thought about painting them orange. In my mind, that's what I was going to do. But then I thought, then you won't be able to see, that there's a candle in there. So I decided to just add this orange ribbon around there, and then you'll still be able to see inside of the little jar. I don't know, I might go back and paint it, but I don't know. Right now it's going to be like this, and I just hot glue that ribbon right around, and then I'm going to hot glue these little jars to each end of this little wood piece, to each end of it, and then I'm going to hot glue the pumpkins in the center. Okay, so I've got my placement for my pumpkins figured out. So I'm gonna glue this on here and then I'll show you what it looks like completed at the end of the video. And here we are at the end. I used that same little backdrop I did in my last video, that picture that I painted. And here's our rolling pin. I think it's so cute, and I put the bow on the end with the flower in the middle. This is really cute. This will make a really cute shelf sitter if this is the color that you'd like to use. And here is my little centerpiece with the flowers inside the candle jars. I wish I would have had my candles, but I didn't. And I put those leaves on the ribbon just to add that blue color into this little piece here. And then here are my pumpkin pictures. I think they're so cute with the little bows on them. And if you wanted, you could have written a word on the pumpkins, but I just left it plain. I think this is super cute. Thank you guys for joining me today. Thank you for liking and commenting and sharing and being a part of this family. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me know which one of these DIYs was your favorite. And guys, I really appreciate you all, especially when you leave me a comment. It's so nice to talk to each and every one of you. And remember, when you can't find the sunshine, last year I believe, and I took the roof part off, and I'm just adding some white paint by Waverly. It's actually the plaster, it's not white, by Waverly, because it gives such a good coat. I'm almost at the bottom and it's getting kind of thick, and I'll have to get some more, but it'll do for now. And I'm gonna just cover this with white, and then I'm gonna move on to the next step. Okay, so next I wanted to cover the actual house, and I didn't want to paint it, so I'm going to use this lovely paper that I showed from a DIY that I previously did. I had some left over. I'm going to cover the house with this paper. It came out of one of those books that you get from like Michael's and everywhere. I'm going to use a glue stick to add it because I hadn't plugged in my glue gun yet. Okay, so you can't have a house without a window and a door. So I just got these little pieces of wood and a wood dowel, and I just cut it into little pieces. And so to have something to adhere to, I just also cut some little pieces of cardboard and I glued it to that so that it would have a surface on the bottom. And I'm just gonna make a little window, and I'm gonna make a door, and then I'm gonna paint it and glue it to the house. Now you'll see what that looks like as we continue on. And here I'm just doing the same thing with the door as I did to the window, the little piece of cardboard adding the little slats, and then I'm gonna paint it. I'm gonna add the dowels around it, the little pieces of wooden dowel that I cut, just like I did the window, and then I'm gonna paint it and glue it onto the house. And here you see I decided to paint the roof also this brown color, and and everything will just be, you know, cohesive and match. Now I'm going to just use a little hot glue to to connect the roof to the house, and I'm also going to use a little hot glue for the window and the door also. That's what I'm doing right now. And now I'm decided that I needed some shutters on the side of the windows, so I kept these other little pieces of wood, and I'm just painting them the teal color, and I'm going to make shutters out of these. I'll add that after I glue the window down. So I'm also going to make a little saying to go on the house, but I'll show you guys that when it's all done at the end of the video. I'm just going to freehand write something. So we're going to move on to the next DIY, which is these two cups. I got these two cup plaques from Dollar Tree. One was just of a cup of coffee or something, and the other one was just, you know, a cup with a saying on it, and I just painted them completely white. I tried to peel the top coating off, but I couldn't get it off properly, so I just painted it all white. And I'm gonna add this teal color onto both of them. So off camera, I added a little orange to the center of the taller cup, and I'm also going to do the lid on the cup, that orange color also. So I got these white markers from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to use this marker to add some little detail to the outside of the cup. I want to put some nice designs on the outside of this coffee mug, so I'm going to use this sponge brush from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to make some big polka dots on there. I think that looks really whimsical and cute. I'm going to put a word on this too, but I'm going to have to try and find some kind of stencil because I don't feel comfortable freehanding on this. So now I want to color my whipped cream to make it look kind of pumpkin spicy. So I added some brown and orange paint together, more orange than brown, and I got that pumpkin-y looking color, and I'm going to color my white foam on top that color, and then my straw, I'm going to make it like it's a little cinnamon stick. I'm going to color it brown. I'm going to paint it brown rather. Now I'm just going to use this really tiny brush to add some white detail onto the larger cup. I'm going to just define where the cup and the lid ends, and I'm just going to add a little detail to it. So next I'm going to glue these pumpkin stickers. These are those stickers I've been using the past couple DIYs. I still have some left, and I'm just going to glue that to the sleeve of the cup with a little of my glue stick. I'm going to have to go back and add a little hot glue, I believe I did. I'm not sure, but right now that's good enough. But I had this little thing here. It had like a light in it. But I took it apart and I said, I can use this as a stencil. And I used it as a stencil on the other cup too, but you'll see that at the end of the video. And I'm using it as a stencil on this. And I'm just taking that little fine brush and that black chalkboard paint, and I'm just dabbing through the inside of there. And it actually worked. I had to clean it up a little bit, but it was doable. And see, it doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna have to do a little cleanup though, but it was actually something that I was able to do, so I was really happy that I thought of that idea. So I took one of those wood boxes that you get from Dollar Tree, the one with the holes, and these I got out of the Crafter Square, those little poles, little wooden poles, and that's the sign part across the top is a painter stick cut down to size. And I made a little stand, but I had made this way back in the spring and I just never used it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a pumpkin stand, a pumpkins for sale or something like that. So I had painted it white for a DIY that I never did, but now I am going to paint it with this brown color to give it a wood color, and it actually is going to blend in better with the color scheme of this tiered tray. And on the sign, I'm going to add a little white because I'm going to try and write something like farm fresh pumpkins or something to that effect. And then I'm just going to use a little of the white paint to go over and make some definition on here. And then we're going to go to the next step. And oh boy, here I go with my Sharpie again. I think that I'm gonna write farm fresh on here, and then that way I can use it for other DIYs. I could use it for the spring and put flowers, and it's not necessarily gonna say like pumpkins or flowers on the sign. So I just wrote farm fresh in my best handwriting as I could, and I think it turned out nicely. So next I'm going to take these two little pieces of wood, I'm going to glue them together and paint them, and then I'm going to make this say pumpkins, like pumpkins 50 cents or something like that. That's going to be a little sign. Do you guys know those little flower pots that you got out of the garden section of at Dollar Tree? I'm using one of those. I painted it like a terracotta color, and then I'm just gonna stick that sign down in there, and hopefully it'll stand up. I added a little teeny tiny bit of floral foam inside of it. And I'm going to show you what this looks like completed at the end of the video. Alright, so here I just wanted to make a like a little beaded tassel with a pumpkin on one end and a tassel on the other end, but I have to paint my beads, so I'm going to do some blue, some orange, some yellow, some white, not yellow, some of them white, and I'm just going to do that right now, and we'll move on to our next step. And I painted the pumpkin orange, and I'm just going to string it on the end of the beads. I've already strung the beads on my twine, and I'm just going to tie just a little knot, and then I'm going to go and make my tassel just out of some different little burlap ribbons that I had. I used lace ribbon, a little burlap ribbon, a little polka dot ribbon, some of the jute string that was orange and white, and also some of that thin pumpkin ribbon that had the blue and orange pumpkins on it. Alright, so here I am making my little tassel, and you see all the different pieces that I have to go with it. I'm not a very good tassel maker, but you know, it's neither, if nothing's perfect, then I'm okay with that. So I'm just going to put these pieces together, and I'm going to attach it to the end of my beads, and I will show you what this all looks like completed at the end of the video. And here we are at the end of the video. I got everything put on this nice little tiered tray. I think I got this from the thrift store for about $5. I got everything set up. I was a little afraid that my little stand was too tall, but it did fit on that bottom shelf. I was struggling here though because it was windy today and things were falling over, so I'm trying to hurry. So I painted some of those little glitter pumpkins teal, so I have something that color on the little stand. And here's my sign: home is where your pumpkins are. And that's true, all of our pumpkins are at home. And here's my little coffee cup, and I put the thankful stencil on that. And I think this is a nice little whimsical, colorful tiered tray. I love it. I'm so thankful that you guys joined me today and clicked on my video. I appreciate each and every one of you. And to my new subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. And to the ones that always come back and support me, thank you so very much. I appreciate each and every one of you, each and every comment, each and every like. It does not go unnoticed. Thank you so much. Please let me know what you guys think of this tiered tray in the comments below. I'm excited to hear what you think. And remember, when you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine.